Hi guys, I've bought a light. Let's see if it makes any difference. Rio, got my son Rio behind me, he's 16. Hi. Right, what do you reckon, Rio? Is that better? That's on, but I can change the type of light that it is, Rio. Let's have a look. That one looks alright. Now let's turn it off, see what happens. I got a backlight, guys. Oh, I think it's better without. What do you reckon, Rio? Better without. I'm going to leave it off. Maybe at night it'll be different. Hi everyone, Louis in the UK. Tino has promised me he's going to be quiet. We've just been out for a walk, but it started raining. Who we got on? We have got Lorraine is still awake. Lorraine, you're still awake, my friend, in Australia. We've got Jane Elvis Presley. We have chilling in Canada. We have Teresa. I'm guessing a lot of you, it's like 8, 9 in the morning. In England, it is, let's have a look. In England, it is 2:21 p.m. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please become a member and join up. And the name of the channel is Defending Elvis Presley Fans Want the Truth. Defending Elvis Presley Fans Want the Truth. And for sure, we just call it Defending Elvis. Because that's what we're here to do, guys. Got a cup of tea. The kids seem quiet at the moment. If the dogs start barking, I'm really sorry. No technical difficulties. No, it's all good. So, how's chilling in Canada, okay? Right. So, please join the Facebook page. The Facebook page is called Defending Elvis Presley, Louis' Daily Live Streams. Defending Elvis Presley, Louis' Daily Live Streams. It's important you join the Facebook because then we can talk to each other when I'm not doing live streams. I try and do 3 to 4 live streams a day if I can. It's not always easy. The kids are noisy, the dogs are noisy. It's not straightforward. Now today's second live stream. If anyone doesn't know me, my name's Louis. I'm 57. I live in the Southwest UK, and I've been an Elvis fan for over 50 years. And I am here with Team Elvis. Team Elvis are the people, the subscribers, the members to my channel, the people that are commenting. And we are here to defend Elvis against all the lies and untruths that are said about him. All the stories, and there's thousands and thousands of them, that are completely unfair to Elvis. And we are going to disagree. We have strong opinions about this book. We think this book is a fairy tale and was completely written by Priscilla Presley to make her out to be a victim and Elvis the bad guy. And we think many of the things in this book are incorrect, but the book is treated like fact and history as if it actually happened. And that is so unfair because the only person really involved in the writing of this book really was Priscilla. There's no proper witnesses. There's no lie detecting. There's no signed witness things. Yeah, statements, whatever you want to call them. This is a story. And there's many things in this book that accuse Elvis of wrongdoing that is wrong, in my opinion. That is unfair. I think quite cruel to Elvis. So we don't agree with this book. Now, remember, this book is what the film Priscilla was based on. Sofia Coppola's and many biopics, documentaries, biographies. This book, I would say most interviewers that interview people like Priscilla, Elvis's ex-wife, who was never his widow, question her based on things that were said in this book. I would say almost every question for over 40 years that are questioned towards Priscilla comes from this book. And that is so unfair because Elvis had no say in this book. Nothing. Not one word. He had been dead 7 years when this book came out. And she also was divorced from him for 4 years before he died. Many of you don't know this. Many of you don't know that Elvis and Priscilla divorced many of you think that Elvis and Priscilla never divorced. Seriously. Obviously not my subscribers, not my members, and not Elvis fans. But many people believe that Priscilla and Elvis were still married when Elvis died. This is bizarre. This is crazy. It only takes a little bit of research. And this is what upsets me about the portrayal of Elvis. Wrongly portrayed, by the way. His image, his reputation, his legacy has been damaged by years of wrong stories. Yes, mate? Centipede. Right, you promised me you're going to be quiet? Say, yeah, Dad. This is my lovely boy, Tino, who drives me potty. There you are. Love you. Say hello to Team Elvis. Tina, say hello to Team Elvis. See how he listens to me? He always listens to me. Don't you, Tino? No, I don't. Do you know what? Before I get onto the topic is Linda Thompson. I've had some very detailed comments and pictures and news clips. There's a few clips out of some books that talk about Linda Thompson. Now, I am a fan of Linda Thompson. I think she's great. I love her. I love listening to her interviews. I always think highly of her when I listen to her interviews. Oh yes, I'll make him some breakfast. Well, I'll make you some. You didn't make me. Right, let me just get him his breakfast. But now, right, no jumping allowed. So my opinion is this: is that Melissa, she knows her stuff. Melissa does a lot of research, so I do respect Melissa's research. So I'm going to go through it with you guys, and we're just going to chat about it, and we can all decide for ourselves. Now, this is not about hating Linda Thompson. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be respectful. I don't hate her. I'm not trying to create hate. I'm just opening some dialogue so we can discuss it. That's what we're doing in a minute. Right, you want some of that breakfast? Right, you are not allowed to jump, yeah? You have to be, if you want to go and sit in the other room, you can, yeah? You want to go and sit in the other room? No. Right, okay. So, the one that he had was this one. Yeah? I'll put a bit of sugar in for you. It's going to be a bit messy. Messy. I'm just giving him some Rice Krispies, guys, but you are going to have to be quiet because I've got a lot of talking to do. Tino, I've got a lot of talking to do, yeah? So you're going to be quiet. Yeah, baby. You can go and play with your brothers. Because Gio is here. You can go sit with Gio if you want. Do you want to sit with Gio? Huh? No, obviously not. You just want to be with Daddy because Daddy's amazing. Right, this is yours. And I'm going to give you a spoon as well. And you have water. So you are sorted. But remember, no jumping. La 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 la. I hear. Okay, right, you have to be quiet now. Huh? The small one's there. Okay, guys. Now, Melissa, I think she's asleep. She's in. I'm not sure where Melissa's from. Could be Australia. I don't know. If she comes on later. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Linda. Hi, Monica. Good day to all of you. Right. Now, I've been sent some good stuff. Yeah, a lot of you. So I'm just checking my message. A lot of you are sending me great stuff, guys. Every day, loads of great comments. Thank you so much. Thanks. It does help. I really do need to learn because I'm no expert on Elvis. I'm literally learning something new every day, and I need to learn. And I do get my facts wrong. I'm just a guy at home in his kitchen, trying to show how much I love Elvis and I defend Elvis, of course. And I also make videos and shorts that are mini documentaries about Elvis's life. All right, turn that down, please, Tino. Hi, Elvis Presley. Right, and we have Skylar. Yeet. Hi, Skylar. Let's have a look. Hi, Teresa. I just want to make sure I say hello to everyone. Okay. Let's have a look. So, right. Right, you're going to have to give it me. No. Because I've told you that 5 times. No. please turn it down. Come on, I don't want to be mean to you. I want to be nice to you. It's your last chance. You can't, if you sit in Gio's room, you can go loud. Hey, blooming phones. Kids and phones, my mate. Right, so I'm going to show you the pictures first. Right, so Melissa, is she on or not? No, Louis, Priscilla is coming to the theatre close to me. What should I ask her as correspondent for Team Elvis News? James, my friend. I don't know, you give me. So just give us some more, James, give us some more details of what Priscilla is actually doing. You can say to her, Louis would like a chat. Louis would like a chat. Linda, right, Cheryl, Linda, I was actually laughing on the way home from York yesterday as your comments, I'm so confused regarding all the girlfriends. Yeah, it is confusing. It is confusing, Cheryl. Then we've got Monica. Did you ever get to the Linda Thompson info from one of your members? I want to hear some of the Linda Thompson may have done wrong, not just Priscilla. Yes, Monica, we're doing that now. We're doing that now. That was from Melissa. And then we've got Laura Casella. Laura, how are you? Are you new? Have you been on before? Please remind me. I've got a terrible memory. Refresh me. But if you are new, you're very welcome. This is Team Elvis. Just so you know, we have created Team Elvis. Team Elvis are subscribers and members of this channel. Defending Elvis Presley fans want the truth. And they're here to answer your questions. And they're very friendly, and we're all friends, and we're a little family, and we welcome people into our family. We just ask that you help us defend Elvis against all the lies that are said about him. So hi, Laura. And where are you from then, Laura? Tell us your story. Come on, let's hear you. Are you an Elvis fan? Can everyone welcome Laura, please? We always welcome the new people. Team Elvis, can you say hello to Laura? Welcome her to our family. And just so you know, we are discussing Linda Thompson. I've only heard everyone say nice things about Linda. The members mafia, except one of them, and she still was spending his money using credit cards after they broke up. Something, is it true? Don't know. Right. Okay. That was Cheryl. Right. Well, guys, you're going to have a bit of a wake-up call here because Melissa, who I've heard that she does a lot of research. And she has properly researched this. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I like Linda. Yeah, I've always liked Linda. I think she's beautiful. She's a sexy woman, but I like her interviews. I've watched all of her interviews. She does very good interviews about Elvis. She's very honest, open, and she comes across very articulate, very smart. I think she's also a great songwriter. I think she's even won awards for songwriting. Just a bit of history before we go into everything. So I'll type it in. When did Linda Thompson meet Elvis? When did meet Elvis? I've heard it was around 72, but let's get an actual date. I know there's a film on YouTube that's called Elvis and the Beauty Queen. It's free on YouTube. It's a pretty good film. Pretty good. It's got Don Johnson as Elvis, the guy off Miami Vice. It's a good film, guys. It's low quality. It's a very old film, probably from the 80s, but I recommend you watch it. So on here, it says, on July the 6th, 1972, Thompson attended a private movie screening hosted by Elvis Presley at the Memphian Theatre in Memphis. Thompson was 22 at the time. She and Presley subsequently dated for 4 years before breaking up around 1976. And from what I know, the first year they were together every day. After that, they were not. And it could have gone on as long as 4.5 years. And Elvis did have other girlfriends. And I've also been told that she had other boyfriends, which could have been the drummer, is it? Or the piano player. We'll find out that in a minute. I think it might be the piano player of Elvis's band, but we're going to find out in a second. Let's just check your comments before I start going through it. Let's have a look. Yeah, Heaven. I'll call you Heaven. Right, Heaven, how are you? And we have your friend Skylar. Right. Right after Elvis' divorce. No, did not like the movie. Let's have a look. Where are we? Oh, so I'm missing some of your comments. Let's have a look. By the way, Louis, I also fell into Priscilla's fairy tale, and I'm named by. Right, there we go. I need to scroll back. Right. Now, you met Monica. You mentioned the fairy tale. Let's have a look. Yeah. Now, Monica, we all fell for the fairy tale. We all did. I did. Yeah. We all thought we were around. Many of us were around in the 80s, 70s and 80s, even 60s. Some of you were around in the 50s. And we just thought, oh, they had a beautiful romance. And Elvis messed it up because he was unfaithful and took drugs. And so it was Elvis's fault. This is the fairy tale. The beautiful marriage that went wrong because Elvis messed up. And this is so far from the truth, guys. So far from the truth. When you learn all the facts, this is why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. When you learn all the facts, you start to realize that Elvis was the victim and Priscilla was the one in the wrong. Elvis was the victim from our point of view, in our opinion. And the truth is, there was some serious stuff that went on with Priscilla just after Lisa Marie was born. Less than a year after the wedding, Priscilla was unfaithful. Then she was unfaithful again 2 years later with Mike Stone, the karate instructor. And Priscilla demanded a divorce. We all fell for the fairy tale. We all fell for it. Then there was a very ugly divorce. A very ugly divorce. There was 2 divorce settlements that were very ugly. Priscilla, in my opinion, completely humiliated Elvis. She humiliated him, parading the karate instructor around in front of the world. So I can't think of anything crueler. But you imagine how Elvis felt when he caught Priscilla being unfaithful when Lisa Marie was only a few months old, a small baby, less than a year after the wedding. So I understand, Monica, I understand. We fell for it, didn't we? We were hoodwinked. And then we opened our eyes. And as soon as you start doing your research and look beneath the surface, the things that you find out about Priscilla, and I'm not trying to create hate for Priscilla, I'm just trying to expose the truth. We're here to search for the truth. We are defending Elvis. Fans want the truth. We are searching for the truth. We are Elvis defenders. Team Elvis are Elvis defenders, and we will defend him to the day we die. My point is this. When you start digging beneath the surface, you'll start realizing that Priscilla, unfortunately, has done a lot of things that we are infuriated by, that we think are very wrong, very unfair to Elvis, that was cunning and cruel and devious. Now, this is just our opinions. We're not a hate channel. We're not a Priscilla hate channel. If you are a Priscilla fan, we're here to change your minds. We're here to tell you this book is not real. It's not truth. It's a story. It's a fairy tale. That's why we're here, guys. It's not about hate. It's about truth. Truth. We don't come from a place of hate. We come from a place of truth. Anyway, we need to get on with what the subject is. Let me just quickly check your messages. Right, let's have a look. Right. So I'm just quickly checking your messages. Right, so James, she's coming in September. Hi, Mary. Yeah, Jane, I can see your comments. Hi, Jane. There we've got Mary again. It's on every channel, the same old fake story of how she saved Graceland, how she tried to save him from drugs and was the little waif and no jumping, and couldn't save him from drugs. Take the abusive, unfaithful Elvis, wrong line. Yeah, we're all putting up with it, aren't we? Loads of things that are just not true. And poor Elvis can't defend himself. We keep repeating this. Elvis cannot defend himself. He can't. He passed away in 1977. The only people that can defend Elvis is you and me, the Elvis fans. No one else, just you and me. Who else is, I keep saying this over and over again, who else is defending Elvis? Who? Think of one person. I can't. It is Elvis channels. There's some good ones. Presley Mania, Tenderly Loving Elvis, Elvis Rare Photos, or Rare Elvis Photos. Obviously, we do. Who else? There's not many, guys. Now, there's many, many people that are reinforcing the... Right, right. No, you're just right. Sorry, guys. I have to quieten my son. I think I'm going to have to beat him. No, you're taking the mic. No, you've got it now. No. Right. No. No, you promised me. Last chance, yeah? Please. You're not being fair because they're watching you. They're watching you. You've got loads of toys. You can go and play with your brothers. You can go and play with... Oh, my God. He can go and play with his brothers. He's got 2 brothers. Millions of toys. But no, he wants to sit with me and make noises in the background like a squealing pig. I know. As I was saying, God, it's actually quite hot in the UK. So I keep saying this over and over again, guys. There's no one to defend Elvis. It's us, you, the subscribers, the members, the Elvis fans, the Elvis channels, and any Elvis channels. If you're watching this now, please join us on our mission, on our movement to defend Elvis. Because I'll tell you what, he needs defending. Because there's so much rubbish said about Elvis. It's ridiculous. The things that are said about Elvis are disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, well, Linda, we got Elvis's back too, right? But it's just some of the things, even my own kids, even my own friends, you bring up Elvis, and the things they say. Oh, isn't he a pedo? Didn't he binge on burgers? Wasn't he a groomer? Wasn't he a controller? Didn't he rape people? So wrong. So wrong. And he's blamed for the divorce, and it wasn't his fault. He got completely ripped off on the divorce settlements. So I'm sorry, guys. It's just too much. Right. Let's have a look. And regardless of what Priscilla has said, Elvis still would have been popular, even if James, that's another live stream, isn't it? She takes all the credit for the saving of Graceland and the launching of the Graceland Living Museum. It wasn't because of her. It was not because of Priscilla that Graceland was saved or that it became a museum. It was all happening before she came along. So I dispute it. These are my opinions. No, Priscilla, you did not save Graceland. It wasn't your idea. We've got proof that shows that the Living Museum idea and the sale prevention of Graceland happened before Priscilla came along. Before. Right, let's read some more comments. I don't hate Priscilla, but she isn't... Yeah, well, come on, we don't come from a place of hate. We come from a place of love and respect. Now, we do have strong views about Priscilla and the Memphis Mafia and Colonel Tom Parker and Dr. Nick. But it ain't coming from hate. It's coming from truth. Right. Let's have a look. She definitely did not. Now, it's a long story, but she did have a lot of power because she had placed a lien on Graceland, the building. And this came up in the second divorce settlement, where we feel Elvis was forced to sell his recording rights and gave Priscilla a percentage of his recording rights, and also could not afford to pay her. So this charge was placed on the building because the amount of money she was demanding was ridiculously high. I've heard as much as $1.5 million, which was a lot of money in 1977, and as well as $6,000 a month spousal fees and many other things. Now, remember, in 1977, when Elvis knew that he could not afford to pay Priscilla, he had to allow for the charge to be placed on Graceland's. Elvis was close to death. It was 1977. this cruel second divorce settlement was happening in 1977, just before Elvis died. And the Memphis Mafia had released the tell-all book, Elvis, What Happened, that was written by Red West, Sonny West, and Mark Hebler. And Elvis had serious chronic health problems that were nearly killing him. He was on over 40 pills a day to keep him alive. He was no drug addict. He was seriously unwell, but Elvis hid it. Elvis hid the fact that he was unwell. He was a proud man, so people thought he was a drug addict, when really he was facing death. He was trying to save his own life with 40 pills a day. He was a desperate man, desperately ill. His whole body was failing. So anyone that says Elvis is a drug addict, you are wrong. Anyone that says Elvis was a paedophile, you're wrong. He didn't sleep with Priscilla until she was nearly 22. Priscilla didn't move to America till she was nearly 18. Elvis was never with Priscilla at 14. They had a brief friendship for 2 months in Germany in 1959. It was just a friendship. Elvis had a different girlfriends, Anita Wood and Stefan. There was a secretary called Stefan. Elvis came back in 1960 to his girlfriends. When he started doing his first movie, GI Blues, he was seeing Juliet Prowse and other people, not Priscilla. Priscilla didn't move to America till nearly 1963. So all of this rubbish that Elvis is a paedophile and had sex with a 14-year-old is a joke. It's a complete lie. Elvis never touched Priscilla when she was 14. He didn't touch her physically until she was nearly 22. So don't believe it, guys. Elvis was no paedophile. Anyway, let's just quickly read this. Thanks, Skylar. Rosemary told Deborah going to proceed with some questions. We may get arrested. Yeah. So, James, now, Louis, Priscilla had to prove Elvis somehow frauded her to get the first divorce. Yes, correct. Quick catch up. After Priscilla demanded her divorce in late 71, and then Elvis went crazy when he found out about the Mike Stone affair, the karate instructor, the karate champion. Elvis agreed to the divorce because he was fuming. Priscilla demanded a divorce. There was no going back. She wanted out. She wanted to go and live with Mike Stone. She broke up 2 families. She broke up her own family and took Lisa Marie away from Elvis, God rest his soul. She broke up Mike Stone's family because Mike Stone was married with a baby on the way, a baby girl. She broke up Priscilla so she could have sex with Mike Stone, get naked with Mike Stone, broke up 2 marriages and took away 2 children so that she could spread her wings. Because she wanted to find herself. She had lost herself. Now remember, we are told over and over again that Elvis was the love of her life, and she still loves him, even though when he died, they'd been divorced for 4 years, and the divorce was so cruel. Now, to get the second divorce settlement, as James says, she had to accuse Elvis of fraud so that the judge would allow her to reopen the divorce settlement so she could apply for a second divorce settlement. And this second divorce settlement was very, very cruel. And the only reason we know is because researchers behind the scenes, a few of them are my friends, found the deed of trust, which showed the lien, the charge had been placed on Graceland, the building. And when you look into the details of the deed of trust, the charge, the lien that was placed on Graceland that would guarantee that Priscilla got her money in payments, in installments, you then understand that the public didn't know about this. The public did not know about the deed of trust, the charge, the lien placed on Graceland. It was only because of people doing their research that this has come out. And now we know that behind the scenes, Priscilla was very cruel and cunning in the second divorce settlement. Let me just answer the door, guys. barking, you little brats. Right, sorry about that, guys. The postman is here. Oh, that's funny. The postman remembered me from when I was a kid. He wanted to have a chat. So I hope it's giving you guys a chance to chat. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I'm gonna start talking about Lena Thompson in a minute. Right. So don't think Elvis was in love. Between Priscilla and the Memphis Mafia, what book? Elvis met have been under a lot of pressure. She is a dirty bird for sure. She wanted it as little as Elvis to know her plan. Innocent. Well, the book Child Bride tells a completely different story, doesn't it, guys? I agree. Elvis didn't deserve it. She does, James. She does seem cold. Right, Tina, turn that down now, please. She does seem cold. I have to repeat, we're not a hate channel. We're not a Priscilla hate channel. But I will say this, guys. She doesn't grieve, does she? She didn't properly grieve for Lisa Marie. And it doesn't add up to us. And the way that she carried on promoting the Priscilla film, Sofia Coppola's Priscilla film, doesn't add up. Because it was just, we all know that Lisa Marie did not want that film made, that she emailed Sofia Coppola saying that she didn't like the way that film portrayed her father. So we haven't seen Priscilla grieve. And I think this is part of the reason why the fans are so upset. The Elvis fans are so upset because you expect someone to grieve for years when their daughter dies, don't you? And now, I know it's none of our business, but come on. We haven't seen Priscilla grieve. You haven't seen it. There is a real disconnect from Priscilla to the fans. There's a massive disconnect. And don't forget, we all loved Lisa Marie. We loved her from the bottom of our heart. We followed her whole life. So to see her mother not properly grieving to the public, it doesn't make sense, guys. It does not make sense. I don't understand it. Right. Let's have a look. Linda, he thought she was beautiful and sweet, and he also wouldn't be talking about her in that interview if it was doing any shady stuff. I wished on how I wished her. Right, let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. Hi, Lou. What I think, no, she didn't grieve. She comes across cold all the time and behind soft-spoken. Hi, Louis. Right, so we've got Jane. Yeah, no emotion. No emotion. You're right, Jane. Hi, Louis. Can we move on to what crap, Linda? Monica, you're dying. We've already been through this Priscilla stuff over and it. Yeah, but Monica, you have to understand. We have to keep repeating it. That's why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. We have to keep saying it again and again to get the message out there. I want to repeat it. I want to. Because when new people come onto the channel, they need to know the truth. They need to. We have to keep saying, we have to get our message out there. So, Monica, be nice. Right. I haven't seen Priscilla grieve. She seemed more worried about Lisa Marie's. Yes, Kathy, I agree. Cheryl. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. I know you want my juicy information. Right, let's have a look. Are we ready for the Linda Thompson stuff? Don't forget, I'm responding to your comments. Every time you guys say something, I have to reply. A cup of tea to Cheryl and Monica. So it is pretty juicy stuff, mind. I think I've made you wait quite a long time. Now we have to thank Melissa. Melissa, are you on? Melissa did say to me she's probably going to be asleep. Now I warn you guys, this is a quite spicy comments. Right, guys, we're only going to talk about Linda Thompson for a little while. Okay, I'll show you some pictures first, and then we're going to go into it. Right, so Melissa does do a lot of research. She knows her stuff, so she's been sending me lots of things. Right, Gina, you got to be quiet a minute. I know it's not very clear. I've actually got a new camera coming, so it will get better tomorrow. So these are just loads of pictures that Melissa has been sending me. She's showing that Linda and Priscilla were very good friends. I think she's doing that for a point, to make a point. Right, Tino, turn it down, please. Let's have a look. So I'm just very quickly showing you the pictures. There's not that many. Right. Now we're going to read out Melissa's first comment. It's a very long comment, so I'm going to butt in during this comment, okay? Right. Hi there. I'm the one that you asked about Linda's lies. There is a lot to go over with her. It's a long reading. Right, okay, so brace yourselves. Let me just check your comments. That's right, Linda. She's a lot taller than Priscilla. Okay, now remember, I can't read to save my life. I'm the worst reader. So if I tremble my words, it's your fault. Right, actually, I'll blame James. James, if I get my words wrong, it's your fault. Right, here we go. Basically, she is another Priscilla. It's a bunch of little things that add up over time. Her actions show that she's not a nice person. When Lisa died, Linda was using her death to make herself look better than Priscilla. She was liking the interacting with comments saying that she was better for Lisa than her mother. Right, hang on a minute. Let's have a look. Right. If I get any silly comments, guys, I'm just right, let's have a look. Okay. Right, there we go. No silly comments, please. Right. Let's have a look. Interact with comments saying that she was better for Lisa than her mother. Now, do I not like Priscilla? But using Lisa's death to make herself look good and despicable. She lied about how they broke up. She didn't leave him like she claims. It's a known fact that Elvis eased women out. And I actually think that is a good point. I actually think that if you look at the interviews of many people like Mindy Miller, obviously Lisa Thompson, and other girlfriends, Elvis usually did have another one waiting, another girl ready to move on to, and he would ease people out. So when Elvis decided that he was going to move on, he wouldn't just kick them out and dump them. He would like buy them a home, and like many say that the reason the way he split up from Linda was by buying her a home. That got her out of Graceland. So I agree with that comment. He would ease people down gently. He was very gentle with it and polite and friendly. And that's his right. He's a single man. He wasn't married or engaged to any of these people. So he did ease people out. Right, let's keep going. He bought her a house or an apartment to get her out of Graceland, and she couldn't take the hint. Oh, that's coincidence. So he bought her a house to ease her out of Graceland. Marty Lacker writes in his book that he had to throw Linda out of the house. Okay, so we're this comment is painting a picture. Remember, Melissa sent this comment. So Linda's story about how she left him in San Francisco is a lie. Now, I don't know that story, that she left him in San Francisco. I don't know the story. He bought Ginger there, so he had no choice but to leave. So are we saying, right, I'm interested in this comment. Are we saying that Elvis stopped seeing Linda for Ginger? I don't think that's correct, is it? That little point. I'm pretty sure that Elvis started seeing someone else, didn't it? Wasn't it, I think Sybil Shepherd a little bit. And wasn't it Sheila, what was her name? You tell me, guys, who was the girl that Elvis started seeing at the end of the relationship with Linda Thompson? Was it Sheila Ryan? I'm sure it was Sheila Ryan and Sybil Shepherd. But I think the Sybil Shepherd thing was just a bit of a flingy thing. I'll just see what your comments say. Right. Right, okay. Let's have a look. She says Elvis wanted to marry her at the end, so she said no, which is an obvious lie. She used him for money and fame. It is known fact that her and her friend would go to expensive restaurants, making sure that they knew she was his girlfriend. Elvis had a rule. Women were not to take pictures of his home, etc. There are pictures of her all over the place, also of her and her friend that are the ones who took the pictures of his bathroom and bedroom and published them all after he died. Okay, I don't know about this, but from what Melissa is saying, they took pictures of Elvis, of areas that Elvis would not have liked to have been taken, and that they were published. I don't know about that. Do you guys know about that? Yeah, I know about Sheila Ryan dating Steve McQueen, but was she the one after Linda Thompson? Like Linda, I know. It's a bit much, isn't it? He had a fun life, didn't he? Right. Let's have a look. There's several statements from people around saying that she spent so much of his money, more than any other woman. After they broke up, she put thousands of pounds on his credit card. So, yeah, that's clear. I think it's well known that Linda really did spend a lot of Elvis's money. It's well known during the relationship and after. I think it's well known. Right, so Sheila was 74 to 75. Linda was to 76. Right, okay. Thanks, Chloe. I'm learning. So that means, so Chloe, do you think it's correct that he started seeing Ginger Alden at the end of the Linda relationship, which I think lasted around 4.5 years? Let's have a look. Tino, turn it down, please. Right. Eric was the Barbara Lee. Right, so I've heard about Barbara Lee. She's one of the women that Elvis was seeing that had a baby, which disproves this stupid lie that Elvis won't sleep with a woman that's had a child, because Barbara Lee had one, yeah? Is that correct? Yes, it was James Caan that was with Sheila. Yes, James Caan. Didn't she even marry James Caan? Okay, thanks, Stacey. Right, let's keep going. Vernon was pissed and turned it off. So basically, Vernon stopped the credit cards that Linda was abusing. She said that she deserved it. She also wanted to have a photo shoot in his hospital room, and he said no. She went down to the hospital parking lot and lobby and did it. Now, she's shown me the pictures of this. These were taken at the hospital and in the parking lot. Now, if you look in the background, you can see it's a hospital. And Melissa is saying that these pictures should not have been taken, and they were taken with her best friend when Elvis was in hospital. So she's posing for hospital pictures, which Melissa is saying is very odd. And I agree with that. That is odd. A bright pink fur coat. It does seem a bit odd to have pictures at the hospital. Right, let's keep going. We're nearly to the end of that comment, but there are some more. Right. Let's have a look. So that's where those pictures of her in the pink coat and hat are taken from. She acts like his medical savior and says that she tried to get him off drugs. Now, I definitely have seen Linda in her interviews saying that she had saved his life because he would fall asleep on medication and that she'd have to clear out his throat so he could breathe. And there's one story that it was chicken noodles or something. I've had a few people say that to me. She definitely has said that she saved his life more than once. She definitely did say that. From the comments I've received, from the information you guys are sharing with me. She acts like his medical savior and says she tried to get him off drugs, but leaves out that she was injecting him as well. So I have heard this story that with Elvis's medication, that she would help him with it and even injecting him as well. And I know that has annoyed the fans, the Elvis fans. She talks bad about him, then within the same breath says she was in love with him. She does regularly say she was in love with him. She does, just like Priscilla does. And it's very believable, guys. I actually find Linda Thompson's interviews very touching and articulate. She's very clever with words. She really puts them together well. They actually stir your emotions the way she puts it across. Her body language is very genuine looking. This is what I always say to you guys. I love Linda. She's brilliant. So Linda did not call her when Elvis died. Right. Now Lisa. Lisa did not call her when Elvis died. Now this is the first I've heard of this. I might need your help on this. Now I want to slowly read this because Melissa, if you're watching this later, I'd like more details about why you say from your research, that Lisa did not call her when Elvis died. Because I've always thought that was what we were told, that Lisa Marie called Linda. Linda's brother said he called Linda to tell her and then gave Lisa the phone. Then Linda changed it to Lisa called herself. Ah, right. Right, so she's Linda's brother. Yeah, because Linda's brother was working for Elvis. Ah, I get it. Right, are we with this? So Linda Thompson's brother worked for Elvis. He called Linda, and then he passed the daughter to Lisa. And that's when she spoke to Linda. Is that right, guys? Do any of you know about that? Because that's a big point. I'm going to repeat that point because it's important. I'm just quickly going through your comments. Yes, is that his name? Sam Thompson James? I will say it again, right. So just guys, remember this is from Melissa, not from me. This is not from my research. So I would say most fans for the last 40 odd years have always been told that the first person that Lisa Marie, beautiful Lisa Marie, God rest her soul, called to tell that her father had died was Linda Thompson. Yes, would we agree? That's what we all believe. I'll just wait for your response, guys. Do we agree with that? I'll just give it a second so you can reply. Now, one thing we know is that Sam Thompson worked for Elvis. Come on, guys. There's 33 of you watching. Do you agree that we have been told for the last 40 odd years that Lisa Marie Presley, the first person she spoke to when she found her father was dead, was Linda Thompson? Do we agree with that? Yeah, so Linda agrees. Yep, so Vincenzo. Hi, Vincenzo. Hope you're well. I haven't heard you on for a while. He was a bodyguard almost a year. Thanks, Chloe. That's very interesting. Chloe, you seem to know your stuff. You should join our Chloe, join our Facebook so you can send me information. The Facebook channel is called Defending Elvis Presley, Louis Daily Live Streams. The Facebook channel is called Defending Elvis Presley, Louis Daily Live Streams. Please join it because then we can talk to each other. And anyone watching now, please subscribe because 78% of you do not subscribe. Please subscribe. It's very important that you subscribe now, please. Right. Yes, so Kathy agrees. Rosemary agrees. Stacy says that's true. So Tracy says that's why she disbelieves a lot of what Linda says. Cheryl's, I don't have a lot of respect for Barbara. She was sleeping with 3 guys all at once. We're talking about Barbara Lee, I think. I don't know anything about her. Anything. Any information you guys have got about Barbara Lee, please share it. Hi, Michdan. Agree. Linda said Lisa called her. So Linda lived at Graceland for a year straight. Gio, I know about that. If it's true, Gio, because if just to say this to you, Gio, if Linda isn't being completely truthful, if Melissa's comment is correct, then surely we can't believe everything Linda says, can we? Barbara was a kind of trumpet. James, I can't remember, maybe. Linda Thompson says Lisa Marie called. Then Sam Thompson took the phone. Okay? That's a good comment, Vincenzo. We actually don't know the truth, do we? Right, let's have a look. So Teresa thinks so. Tracy is a strumpet attire. Who's Tracy? Who's Tracy? Right. It's in Linda's book. She says Lisa called her. Right. To Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Okay. So based on Melissa's comment, obviously Elvis has died. There's pandemonium. For whatever reason, Sam Thompson, well, actually, it's pretty obvious. He's going to ring his sister because he was there. Rings Linda Thompson, tells her the news. Then the phone is passed to Lisa Marie, and that's when Lisa Marie obviously is saying, my father's dead. And what we're hearing now is that Linda Thompson twisted the story and said that there was no brother and that Lisa Marie had phoned Linda Thompson rather than phoning Priscilla, because that is how it is worded. It is worded in a way that she didn't phone Priscilla. She phoned Linda because Linda was more important to her, which doesn't really add up, does it? It doesn't really add up. If I would say this, no matter what the relationship was between Priscilla and her daughter Lisa, you're going to phone your mum, aren't you? If your dad dies, you're going to phone your mum. You're not going to phone your dad's ex-girlfriend because she was an ex. You're going to phone your mum. So I agree that there is doubt. There is doubt. What do you think, guys? I'll just let you respond. Yeah, Vincenzo, yes. We'll find that in the book. Right, so Michdan is saying that she agrees that she phoned Linda first. But was Lisa Marie asked, did Sam make the phone call, then pass you the phone? This is the grey area. Tracy, it was a guy that she's seeing that when Elvis got her number to see him, I think he was proud of himself. You keep saying about Tracy. I don't know who Tracy is. Linda was very close to Lisa. Chloe, I know I've seen that in many interviews. But do we know that that is true? I've seen the pictures of them out shopping together. There's even some video footage of them coming out of a shop that you can find on YouTube. Yeah, but chilling in Canada, we know the call happened, but what we're trying to find out is who made the call. Was it Sam Thompson, Linda's brother, or was it Lisa Marie? Oh, got ya. Sorry. Cheryl, sorry. Right. I got it now. Maybe Lisa was too young and distraught to remember. Right. Let me just read Tracy's comments. If you were in Elvis's orbit, you didn't need to exaggerate or lie about it. Just dating him for a short time would be fabulous enough. Let me go back and see if I've missed any of Tracy's comments. Let's go back a little bit. Right, Eric. Hello, Eric. How are you, Eric? Right, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss out any names. So Tracy says, Barbara Lee was a Hollywood starlet trying to make it in the movies. She was seeing Steve McQueen. Elvis is another guy she got around. Right, okay. Thanks, Tracy. So I missed that comment. That's why I got confused. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, we have learned something new. We have learned something new. And it's quite a big point. There is doubt on who made that phone call. The fact that we have always thought that Lisa Marie phoned Linda Thompson. It could be not true. It could be that her brother made the phone call because it makes sense. And then passed her the phone. I also think it doesn't add up that she would phone Elvis's ex-girlfriend. She wouldn't do that, would she? She'd phone her mum. She would. If I was a little kid, I don't care if I argued with my mum, because I know that it's obvious Priscilla and Lisa didn't get on that well. I'd phone me mum. I would, because it's blood, isn't it? It's mum. So, do you agree, guys? Lisa and Linda kept in touch over the years, so it's possible that Lisa first thought, I find it doubtful. Mick Dan, I find it doubtful. I think me, as a little kid running around that house, 9 years old, I'd phone me mum. Seriously, guys, come on, it's a maternal thing. Don't forget, Linda was his ex. She hadn't been around for a while. I would believe Sam Thompson's version about the court. Yes, Tracy, I agree with that. Sam knows. Of course you are. My kids make phone calls now and she's 7. Yes, we agreed. There is can't be 100% sure. I read in the book. I recently picked up The Secret Files. Yeah. Let's have a look. This is why we're here, guys. We're discussing it. Laura Nielsen. I have heard from Sam. Hi, Laura. Welcome to our little family. I have heard from Sam that Lisa Marie phoned Linda. Linda dropped the phone. Sam took over, and Sam was surprised to take home to Priscilla the day and had to take care of Lisa Marie. Okay. So it's still interesting, isn't it? Let me just see what else Melissa says. So she shows the pictures. She's basically saying about the fact that Linda is out of order posing outside the hospital, and I do think that is an odd thing. She sent me a news clip. So this news clip here, you see that, guys? It's a very old news clip. Now, she's highlighted a section of it. I'll read that bit. Now, I might try and read some of the rest of it. This is when Elvis goes into hospital. Elvis's girlfriend, 24-year-old beauty, Linda Thompson, rarely left him and slept on the couch in the adjoining room, according to hospital officials. A security guard screened visitors through a small list of hand-picked friends and relatives prepared for Elvis. Okay, let's try and read some of the rest of that clip. Hospital security was tight, wearing dark glasses and surrounded by bodyguards. Presley was whisked by elevator to the 18th floor, a 2-room suite, where he immediately gave orders to have the bedroom windows covered with aluminium foil. He doesn't like sunlight. A hospital spokesman explained. Doctors diagnosed intestinal blockage. Wow, that's crazy. That's what Lisa Marie died of. Intestinal blockage. That's mad, isn't it? And I've heard about this, that they were considering operating on him. Doctors diagnosed intestinal blockage and put Elvis on a strict liquid diet. They also gave him drugs to help ease his condition, of course. Not street drugs. To ease his medical condition. I told him to stay off laxatives and eat foods like prunes and all bran. And said Dr. Nicopolis. Bobby Red West, Presley's chief bodyguard, added, Elvis used to love cheeseburgers. His diet was really lousy and he was just sitting around the house. This is what infuriates me about Red West. What a horrible thing to say about Elvis. I'm so disappointed in Red West because they were such close friends right from Hume's High. And I know that Red West loved Elvis, but what a stupid thing to say. Elvis loved burgers. Come on. I almost want to swear. Flipping joke. There's no way Elvis just ate burgers. God, what an uneducated thing to say. Right. Vesta Presley, Elvis' uncle, who employed as a gatekeeper at the singer's mansion, said after his last talk, he came home feeling exhausted and run down. I'm not surprised. He was doing 3 shows a day some days. He was on over 40 pills a day. He was seriously unwell. This is the thing. They think that he was over-medicated. They think that he was run down and tired. But they never mention all the different medical chronic problems that he had with his heart, his liver, his colon, his glaucoma, his high blood pressure. He was probably type 2 diabetic. Elvis had so many things going wrong with him. Twisted colon. They just think he was getting stoned off his head because he was binging on burgers. It's a joke. An absolute joke. Of course he was exhausted. No one works like that. No one does 2-3 shows a day in Vegas. More like 1 a month. Right, in his darkened hospital room. Now, of course he wanted the room darkened. He had glaucoma. Sunlight hurt him. It explains it, doesn't it? He had glaucoma. So him wanting to darken the windows doesn't make him a weirdo. It means that he wanted the sunlight blocked out because it hurt his bloody eyes. Have you lot ever had sore eyes before? What's the first thing you do? You shut the curtains. If your eyes are hurting, you shut the curtains. So Elvis putting silver foil on the windows ain't weird, but they say it like it's weird. It's not weird. He didn't like sunlight in his probably infected eyeballs. They used to inject into the center of his eyeballs. Could you imagine that? And then they make him out to be a weirdo because they've put silver foil on the windows. And then they say about him eating at night. Well, yeah, he did eat at night because he slept during the day. His life was upside down. Elvis didn't want to be awake in the day because whenever he was around people, he was mobbed. So he turned his life upside down. He did live the life like a vampire. His daytime was nighttime. He would have breakfast at 9 p.m. at night because that was, to him, was the morning, which adds up. If you're the most famous man in the world, yeah, you're the most famous man in the world. You can't go anywhere for a second without being mobbed. That includes a hospital. You live at night. You wake up at night. You go to sleep during the day. It fits. It works. So, yeah, that's my views on that, guys. Let's keep going. So she says she slept in a bed next to him. This says otherwise. Right, so I see why she's... So she says she slept in a bed next to him, but in the newspaper clipping, it says that she slept on a couch in the adjoining room. A couch, and I will say this, guys. Linda Thompson has many times said that she slept in a bed next to him. Do we agree with that, guys? Do we agree with that? In the hospital, Linda Thompson has always said she slept in the bed next to him. This newspaper clipping, it does clearly say that she slept on a sofa in the room next door. I can't show you because it's too small to show you. So she has a point. Okay. Let me just go to the next point. Right, so another little write-up here. Right, let me just quickly... I need to read some more of your comments, but I think we're getting the gist, aren't we, guys? We're getting the gist. I'm just reading. You carry on chatting, guys. I'm going to read your comments. So Monica says, I agree, Margaret Taylor. I have orthostatic hypotension, and when I strain in the bowel movements, I totally feel like I will pass out. It is a terrible feeling. Oh, Monica. Monica, I send you love. I used to have ulcerative colitis. Do you know what that is? I had ulcerative colitis, and my keto diet saved me. I now don't have it. My keto diet, look up keto, saved me. Right. Margaret, correct. His extreme constipation caused his colon to twist, which was deadly. Well, it was deadly. That was the heart attack, wasn't it? Let's have a look. So Margaret says, hi, Margaret. Margaret says, Tracy, no, he was bloated from his many medicinal conditions. He lost water weight in the days, became normal. Well, Margaret, I don't totally agree with that, because it's come out now that he had inherited a genetic condition called alpha-1 from his mother and his grandparents that affected everything: the heart, the lungs, the colon, the liver. Now, I have had people, some of my sources that speak to me, and you know who you are, don't think Elvis had this. But one thing we do agree on, he definitely had serious intestinal problems involving blockage. So there is more to it than just the fact that it was side effects to the medication. Now, of course, if he's taking 40 tablets a day, he's going to have massive side effects, and they're going to cause problems with his digestive system. Of course it is. Of course it is. So I completely understand what Margaret is saying. Right, let's have a look. I'm just going through your comments. Tracy, you say maybe he was sexually exhausted from the conveyor belt of women, but I think it's coming out now, guys, that Elvis didn't have sex with a lot of these women. I think it's coming out. I think a lot of these girlfriends, so-called girlfriends, are now saying that he just wanted company. He didn't want to have sex with these women. So that is my answer to Tracy. Elvis died from Valsalva maneuver. Yes, we've read this. Straining leading to a heart attack. He was backed up 3 months. He had taken barium 3 months before, like a brick in him. He could not pass. And I've read all this, and you're probably right, Margaret, but that when the proper autopsy comes out in 2 or 3 years, because we know it was sealed for 50 years by Vernon, we're going to know more about the truth. But I definitely would have thought taking that amount of medication every day was going to block him up and cause a backup. I do think you're right, Margaret. I do think it was the overstraining that caused the heart attack. I'm no doctor, just my common sense. Right. Have a look. So I'm just going through your comments. Elvis found out Linda was sleeping with Dave Briggs, a member of his band, in my opinion, and that's why he got rid of Linda. And this is going to come up in a minute. Thanks, Mary. I think this is in these comments. I think we'll jump to that. Mary, I agree. We don't know the truth. So Prince also went to cinemas and skate rinks at night for the same reason. He did, Gio, but wasn't that way back? Wasn't that in the 60s? Very early 70s? I think his days of going to the ice skating rinks were well past him by the time he got to the tail end of his relationship with Linda Thompson. So Margaret says, yes, but his backup say he was bloated. 3 weeks later, he was thinner. Colon issues cause water weight. Yeah. And we've seen the pictures of Elvis in Hawaii on holiday in March, and he does look a lot slimmer. He does. And Ginger Alden said that he was, in her opinion, he was quite upbeat and was getting better. So let's read a few more of Melissa's comments. So we've been on quite a long time, guys. So we're going to have to come to the end of it. Elvis and Linda had a respectful relationship. It appeared to me as bro-sister closeness. But she told me rather that after I had left Memphis in Paris, that she had been dating Elvis' piano player, which I'm guessing is the name I just said. I can't see it now. She was dating Elvis's piano player for almost 4 years out of the 5. I asked if Elvis knew. She said everyone else knew. So Elvis didn't know, but everyone else did. That's the first time it clicked. So according to this, Linda was definitely being unfaithful. Yeah. And Linda has never admitted to being unfaithful. Is that right, guys? I have never known Linda Thompson to ever admit to being unfaithful. So Linda, if you ever watch this, were you unfaithful? Were you dating the piano player? I'd like to know. Now, I like you, Linda. You seem lovely. I love your interviews. I love the way you speak about Elvis. You're a stunningly beautiful lady. I'd like to know, were you unfaithful to Elvis? Seriously, I'm interested. Defending Elvis. Fans want the truth. We want to know. Team Elvis. Team Elvis here. The Elvis subscribers. We want to know, were you unfaithful? And did, again, Linda Thompson, did your brother Sam pass you the phone? No, sorry. Did your brother Sam pass Lisa Marie the phone to talk to you that day? Because we've given the impression that she phoned you instead of phoning Priscilla. That's what you've always said, that Lisa Marie phoned you on the day Elvis died instead of phoning Priscilla. Is that correct? These are quite crucial questions, I think. No, and I'm not being disrespectful, Linda. I'm interested in the answer. Right. So that's the first time it clicked in my mind as how naive I'd been. I spent the night Elvis died with Linda in LA, and as I mentioned, in 2002, published memoir describing how it rained only on our apartment. Lights were on and off until dawn. I totally understand her not mentioning, because then she would have to explain it to me. The pain of his death and the way it happened scarred me forever. And this is by Stella Patchouli. Stella Patchouli. I'm guessing that's her friend. Stella Patchouli. So then we've got a section of Child Bride, the book that Melissa has sent me. Right. Yeah, so David Briggs is his name, yeah? So Tracy says he was given regular cortisone shots that created the moon face that he had. Yeah, I mean, he would have got loads of side effects on that medication. They show in the movie that Elvis and the Beauty Queen with Don Johnson, that Linda Thompson slept in the hospital with Elvis. Yes, I actually quite like that film. It's well worth watching. It's on YouTube. The quality isn't very good, but it's a good film. Yeah. But was it on the sofa or was it on the bed next to him? This is what we're asking Linda. Was it on a sofa in the next room or in the same room next to him? Yeah, so James, my friend. So, yes, it seems it was the piano player, yeah? And that everyone knew except for Elvis. Now, I've never heard this from her. I've never heard Linda say, yes, I was unfaithful. I was seeing the piano player. Okay. Right, so let's read this comment. Linda, by many accounts, including that of Cecile Rihi, I don't know who Cecile is, who spent much of the time around Linda and Elvis in Memphis, was possessed to marry Elvis, at least in the early stages of their relationship. Linda put a lot of pressure on him, I think, because she wanted to marry him so bad. Finally, she just got to where she didn't talk about the marriage so much, because I guess she finally figured out that Elvis just wasn't going to get married again. Cecile asked Elvis in the mid-70s if he and Linda were going to get married. He goes, no, honey, I'll never marry again. He just looked at me and said, I've just realized that marriage isn't for me. I've just realized that marriage isn't for me. Cecile, he said, well, experience is the best teacher. Ed Hookstraten, who later managed Linda Thompson, felt she was climbing a mountain because of Priscilla. I think that Elvis was horribly embarrassed. Okay. And then it says here again, Elvis, finally, she had an affair with David Briggs, the piano player. And then it just shows the pictures. And I know why she's showing me these pictures, is because she's trying to show that if she was good friends with Priscilla, that maybe she's not telling the whole truth. Well, guys, that's the whole thing, I think. Let's have a look. Right, okay, there's a bit more here. This is from Melissa. I don't like Linda mostly because I 100% believe she used Elvis. Look at it this way. We all know Elvis wanted a normal woman for a wife, someone who didn't want the spotlight, that just wanted to be his girl. I agree with that. Look at all the pictures of Linda posing at Graceland, her going to restaurants and using his name, the magazine articles, all the money she spent, the maids complaining that she had a truckload of bikinis delivered to Graceland. There's a difference between Elvis being generous and someone taking, her putting thousands of dollars on his credit card, and then they broke up. She was on He Who I just so obvious, and that's scary. Okay? And then she does want me to read this bit out. Linda and friends Jeannie and Margot breezed into New York and took it by storm, from dining at most famous restaurants, including PJ Clark's, and shopping in the Funky's boutique. I think that the reason, there shows a picture of her there. And I think the reason she's saying that is to show that Linda took the mick and spent all his money. Wouldn't stop spending. And then she says, let's have a look. I think. So then she says, it's hard to know what factual, because I feel like the Memphis Mafia made alliances with different women, but the facts are out there. I mean, I've got an opinion. I've always thought that the reason everyone kissed Priscilla's ass, to put it bluntly, the reason everyone kisses Priscilla's ass, going way back to the 80s, is because she was the boss. She was the boss. Once Priscilla was in charge, the trustee of Graceland, even before Elvis Presley Enterprises is created, everyone had to look to Priscilla for money. All of the Memphis Mafia, all of the ex-girlfriends, if they wanted to be in on the money, the cash, they went through Priscilla. And this is why I think you see pictures like Linda Thompson hugging Priscilla. Everything, and even like Joe Esposito, he's best friends with Priscilla. Even Jerry Schilling, best friends with Priscilla, because she was the money. She was the ATM. She was the cash cow. Anything you wanted to do went through Priscilla. That included writing books, any movies, any documentaries, any biographies. It all went through Priscilla. So Elvis wasn't around anymore. Sorry. Elvis wasn't around anymore. So if you wanted the easy money, you did it via Priscilla, and Priscilla got a backhander. This is my opinion. Now, what do you think, guys? If you were around the Memphis scene just after Elvis died in the early 80s, and you wanted a career, and many of these people were not educated, did not have proper jobs, especially the Memphis Mafia, they didn't have proper jobs, did they? So they're looking for any way of making money, and Priscilla was the way, isn't she? Even that stupid reenactment of the day Elvis died, where they show the upstairs of Graceland, and they show, isn't it Joe Esposito, and they is Ginger Alden involved in that? I don't know. Where they run into his bedroom, into his bathroom, and find Elvis on the floor. That reenactment, which I cannot stand. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The reenactment of Elvis's death, the day he died, where it even shows the ambulance, and then you have friends of Elvis in that reenactment. I find that disgusting. I find it degrading. Elvis would not have wanted that. Do you agree, guys? Let me just wait for your opinions. Yeah, that's right, Vincenzo. That's right, James. And they actually got involved in it. They got paid to do it. So wrong. Anyone in that, I don't trust. anyone in that reenactment, like Vincenzo says, let's have a look, not Vincenzo, let's have a look where it is. Elvis was a grown man, and if he didn't want to be someone, he could leave. I totally believe that Lisa called Linda. Didn't anyone witness this? I watched interviews. Lisa never denied this. I'm friends with Nicola Crippler on Facebook. She met Elvis twice in 1972. She says Joe Esposito was so rude. Vincenzo, we've done a video on Nicola showing her meeting in 1972. Nicola is on My Friends. She's one of our subscribers. And we want Nicola to join in with us on our live streams. Can Vincenzo say hello to her from us? Because we love Nicola. Hi, Elizabeth. Sketches and Threads. Hi, Elizabeth. Hope you're well. It blows my mind that they filmed that in his bedroom and bathroom with Priscilla's agreement. Yeah. It's Tracy. It's just so wrong. Even when I was a kid, I watched that when I was a kid, and 30 years ago, and it horrified me then. Chilling in Canada. You're gonna watch it because it's there, because you're an Elvis fan. We all want to watch anything Elvis, but you won't like it, and it will make you see Joe Esposito differently. And I don't know if it actually was Ginger Alden in the reenactment. Does anyone know? Yeah, Gene, Linda Thompson is getting paid to go to Elvis Week. Well, do you know what? They're all trying to make money, aren't they? It's every person, almost every person Elvis ever met. Margaret Taylor, Linda was a TV hee-haw girl. While Elvis was alive, I think. Okay. Thanks, Margaret. Lisa was so outspoken, I believe that she would have set the record straight if it didn't happen. Okay, you have a point, Lisa. Do you know what? I'd have to go back over the interviews with Lisa Marie and just find out, because I'm not sure. Yeah, Lorna, it is shocking, isn't it? Yeah, they actually showed. Yeah, Vincenzo, was it Ginger Alden? Did Ginger Alden participate in that? Right, Tracy, it was an actress. Okay. It does look like Ginger Alden. I couldn't believe good friend Joe participated. Yeah, and James, I keep getting loads of messages now that are negative about Joe. So we're gonna have to do a live stream about Joe Esposito. I've seen the good interviews where he's very praises Elvis and speaks highly of Elvis, but I keep hearing negative stuff about Joe. Even Nicola, we did a little show on her the other day, clearly says, right, just going to answer this to my wife. 1 second, guys. Hello. Yes, everything okay? Yeah, they were doing their own thing at the moment. I was finishing up online. We've been out and shit, so come back and do our own thing. All right, see you soon. Yeah. Okay. See you later. Bye. Okay, then. So we got a few more minutes. Guys. I'm probably going to do a phone live as well. So when I do go, when I walk the dogs, I'll do a phone live. So I know Marty Lacker didn't care really for Joe. Now again, I have to do another video on Marty Lacker. I don't know enough about the Memphis Mafia, but I want to. You guys send me what information you've got on Joe Esposito and Marty Lacker. And Lorraine, if you're watching later, because Lorraine's really good. Lorraine, if you've got any information on Joe Esposito and Marty Lacker, please send it me. Now, Melissa, I want to thank you for all this information you've sent me, because this has been a fantastic live. One of my favorite lives this is. I'm really surprised just how good this live is. Guys, haven't we had a brilliant live? I'm asking you guys. Please thank Melissa. Hasn't this been a great live? One of the best. I've learned so much. So, Lorraine, Melissa, please send me some interesting facts about, and any of my sources that may be watching now, Marty Lacquer and Joe Esposito. I'd like to do a live about them too. Yeah, so we've got Joe is the same as most of them, says some good things and then throws the negative comments. So true, Linda. Yep, that Vincenzo, that bathroom scene. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Vincenzo seems Elvis was the only one who was always kind to fans. He sure was, Gio. Yeah, thanks, Melissa. You've won us over. I'll be honest with you, Melissa. When you first started sending me these comments, I was a bit, oh, she's a hater. But now I've read the comments, I tend to agree with you. I tend to agree with you, Melissa. So you've won us over. We'll be unsurprised as this makes no sense to do your research. Okay. Bye-bye, Lisa. All right. Right. Let's have a look. Let's keep going. This is Elvis and the movie. I would never kiss Priscilla's ass. Well, Piers Morgan did. Thank you so much, Melissa. Mary Strait, don't like Joe Esposito, arrogant guy, thought himself more important than he was Parker's student. I did actually, Mary, I read that, but Parker paid certain people to come back with information about Elvis. And I think that's what Mary's talking about. More reason why we need to do a live stream about Joe Esposito and Marty Lacquer. I'm going to do Charlie Hodge as well, but that'll be different. So far, I've heard nothing bad about Charlie Hodge. And Larry Geller, Charlie Hodge, Billy Smith, all good. So far, all good. Definitely. She's on my friends. I think she's great. I love her story. Love it. I've watched her video twice. Brilliant. She's a lucky lady. And she was very beautiful. Tell her she was very beautiful when she was a young girl. She looked great. She's a lucky lady. Ginger said she did not realize how bad the negative movie would be. She's involved. I think she was in that movie. Okay, Margaret. Right. It's time to go. But I'm probably, when I do a dog walk, I'll probably come back on, do a phone live, just have a chat. We'll just have a chat. Maybe we'll talk about this live stream. Now, if any of you are watching now, there's 35 people watching. Can you please subscribe? 78% of you don't subscribe. So please hit the subscribe button. If you want to be members, guys, please hit the join button. It's only £1 a month. It's nothing. I don't need your money. I love the fact that you are showing me that you appreciate what I do every day. I'm doing 3-4 lives a day. I think £1 a month is nothing. And it makes a lot of difference to me. I love it. I love you guys being members. And when we hit 100 members, I'm going to do live streams just for members. Live streams just for members. So please join up. I'm still going to do 2 more lives today. I'm going to do the dog walk. And then tonight around 8:30, I'm going to do another sit down on the laptop live stream with you guys. So it's time to go, guys. Team Elvis, you rock. Team Elvis, come on. We had a brilliant live. I've loved it. Thank you, Melissa. I'm just quickly reading your comments. Thanks, Aaron. James, my friend James, you know I love you. Me and James are like that. We're mates. Thanks, everyone. All of you. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Thanks, Elizabeth, Lorna, Gio, McDan, Chloe. Chloe, your information has been great. Teresa, Vincenzo, your information has been amazing. Margaret, all of you guys. Seriously, one of the best lives we've ever done. Honestly, We've got Eric and Cheryl and Tracy. Your comments have been amazing, Tracy. Stacy, brilliant. All of you, thank you so much. Kathy, I don't think, oh yeah, Deborah was on earlier. Really good. Really good. Thanks, guys. All of you. Seriously, I'm sending you love. Sending you love. Thanks a lot. And I'll be back on quite soon when I walk the dogs. Take care, guys. We're going to go for a dog walk.